A new wave of cyber attacks has emerged, with Russian hackers targeting over 20 NGOs through sophisticated phishing schemes. This development is significant, as it highlights the ongoing threat to organizations involved in critical sectors like defense and humanitarian aid. According to a report from Microsoft published on May 27, 2025, a group known as Void Blizzard, also referred to as Laundry Bear, has been active since at least April 2024. Their operations focus on espionage, primarily against entities aligned with Russian government interests in Europe and North America. They've employed tactics such as stealing credentials from online marketplaces to infiltrate networks and steal sensitive information. In this video, we'll explore the tactics used by Void Blizzard, the implications of these attacks, and what organizations can do to protect themselves. If you find this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. Timeline of events: the Void Blizzard operations. In April 2024, the Void Blizzard hacking group, also known as Laundry Bear, began its operations targeting a range of organizations critical to Russian interests. Their activities have been marked by a strategic focus on NATO member states and Ukraine, with a clear intent to gather intelligence on military and humanitarian support mechanisms. By May 2025, Microsoft released a report detailing the sophisticated phishing techniques employed by Void Blizzard, which included the use of the Evilginx phishing kit to create fake Microsoft Entra authentication pages. This method allowed the hackers to harvest credentials from unsuspecting users, particularly those affiliated with NGOs involved in defense and humanitarian efforts. In the initial phases, the group relied on basic tactics such as password spraying and leveraging stolen credentials obtained from underground markets. However, as their operations evolved, they began employing more advanced and targeted spear phishing campaigns, which utilized deceptive emails purportedly from reputable sources to lure victims into revealing sensitive information. The attacks were not isolated. They demonstrated a pattern of collaboration with other Russian state-affiliated threat actors, such as Forest Blizzard and Midnight Blizzard, suggesting a coordinated approach to espionage and intelligence gathering across multiple fronts. This intersection of efforts indicates a broader strategy by the Russian government to undermine Western support for Ukraine and gather critical information on military logistics. The Netherlands Defense Intelligence and Security Service, MIVD, confirmed that Void Blizzard was responsible for a breach affecting a Dutch police employee in September 2024, highlighting the group's ability to infiltrate law enforcement agencies and potentially access sensitive operational data. This event underscored the vulnerabilities present within even the most secure governmental organizations. Overall, the timeline of Void Blizzard's operations illustrates a chilling escalation in cyber warfare tactics, characterized by both opportunistic and methodical approaches to data theft and espionage, reflecting the ongoing geopolitical tensions in the region. The recent cyber attacks orchestrated by the Russian hacking group Void Blizzard have far-reaching implications for the organizations targeted, particularly NGOs. These breaches not only compromise sensitive data but also disrupt the vital services these organizations provide, which often include humanitarian aid and support for vulnerable populations. As these NGOs grapple with the aftermath, they face a dual challenge: restoring security and maintaining public trust. The methods employed by Void Blizzard, such as phishing via fake Microsoft Entra pages, have raised alarms about the sophistication of cyber threats that NGOs must now contend with. This shift in tactics underscores the need for organizations to enhance their cybersecurity measures, particularly in training staff to recognize and respond to phishing attempts. The reliance on stolen credentials from online marketplaces highlights a troubling trend where cybercriminals can easily access sensitive information, making it imperative for NGOs to adopt more robust authentication practices. Moreover, the targeting of organizations linked to NATO and those providing support to Ukraine suggests a strategic effort to gather intelligence that could undermine international efforts in conflict zones. This not only poses a risk to the organizations themselves but also to the broader geopolitical landscape, as compromised data could be used to inform adversarial actions. Furthermore, the intersection of attacks from various Russian state-sponsored groups indicates a coordinated effort to collect intelligence across multiple sectors. This interconnectedness means that breaches in one organization can have ripple effects, potentially exposing others to similar threats. NGOs must therefore consider collaborative approaches to cybersecurity, sharing intelligence and best practices to fortify defenses against these persistent threats. The implications extend beyond immediate data loss. The integrity of operations and the safety of personnel may also be compromised. As organizations work to recover from these breaches, they must also navigate the potential for reputational damage, which can affect funding and partnerships vital for their missions. In this evolving landscape, the need for comprehensive risk assessments and incident response plans has never been more critical for NGOs striving to fulfill their essential roles in society. Next steps: confirmed actions and what to monitor. In response to the recent cyber attacks by the Void Blizzard Group, organizations are urged to implement immediate security enhancements. First and foremost, a comprehensive review of existing cybersecurity protocols is essential. This includes updating multi-factor authentication (MFA) measures and ensuring that all user access is monitored closely for unusual activity. Organizations should prioritize employee training programs focused on recognizing phishing attempts, particularly those utilizing sophisticated tactics like typo squatting. Regular simulations can help staff identify and report suspicious emails before they lead to breaches. In parallel, IT teams should conduct thorough audits of their systems to identify any previously compromised accounts or credentials that may have been exploited by the attackers. Furthermore, collaboration with cybersecurity firms and law enforcement agencies is crucial. Sharing threat intelligence can help organizations stay ahead of evolving tactics employed by threat actors. Establishing or enhancing incident response teams will ensure that organizations are prepared to act swiftly in the event of future breaches. Monitoring for signs of credential theft should also be a key focus. Organizations can utilize tools that track the dark web for compromised credentials associated with their domains. This proactive approach can help mitigate risks before they escalate into significant breaches. In addition, organizations should stay informed about the broader landscape of cyber threats connected to Void Blizzard and similar groups. Regularly reviewing reports from cybersecurity experts, such as Microsoft's threat intelligence updates, can provide valuable insights into emerging tactics and targeted sectors. Lastly, given the interconnected nature of these attacks with other Russian state actors, organizations must consider a holistic approach to security that encompasses not just their own defenses but also the security of their partners and supply chains. This includes verifying the cybersecurity posture of third-party vendors and ensuring they adhere to robust security standards. By taking these steps, organizations can better protect themselves against current and future cyber threats, ensuring resilience in an increasingly hostile digital environment. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.